Wow. You really weren't kidding when you said you were deep into this Bills-Chiefs thing, huh?
Yeah, this is quite the collection of data.
It is. This is a mountain of data. You've got everything in here.
Well, we tried to get as much as we could, searches for game stats, historical records.
Even the weather in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah, it's all in there.
All right, well, let's see what we can uncover about this clash of the Titans, shall we?
Yeah, let's dive in. So I think the first thing that jumps out at me is how this goes beyond just your typical, my team's better than yours rivalry.
Oh, really?
The sheer volume of searches for Bills versus Chiefs, compared to searches for individual players or even just Bills or Chiefs on their own suggests that there's something more at play here. It's like these two teams are intrinsically linked in the minds of fans.
So it's not just about rooting for your own team. It's about this constant comparison, this need to see how they stack up against each other, even off the field.
Exactly.
That's fascinating. What else jumps out at you from this initial look at the data?
Well, the historical angle, I think, is really interesting here. We see a lot of searches for Super Bowl history, AFC Championship game, and even the Lamar Hunt Trophy.
Wow.
So fans aren't just living in the moment.
Right.
They're trying to understand how this rivalry fits into the grand narrative of the NFL.
And digging into that history might reveal why Bills fans seem particularly fixated on Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You've given us a ton of searches for Bills Super Bowl appearances, and have the Bills ever won a Super Bowl? Way more than for the Chiefs.
Right.
I mean, we know the Bills had that heartbreaking streak of 4 straight Super Bowl losses in the 90s. Is that still weighing on them even decades later?
I think it's definitely part of their story, and this data suggests it's still a sensitive point. You've even got searches like Bills Super Bowl drought. It's almost like they're searching for answers.
Right.
Trying to understand how they can break this cycle of coming so close yet falling short.
And the Chiefs, well, they've actually won a couple Super Bowls recently.
Yeah.
Does that add fuel to the fire? Are Bills fans feeling the pressure even more?
Well, it definitely adds another layer of complexity to this rivalry.
Okay.
We see searches for Chiefs Super Bowl wins and Mahomes Super Bowl rings,
Sure.
which suggests a sense of pride and accomplishment among Chiefs fans.
So you've got this interesting contrast. The Chiefs, a dynasty in the making, confident and eager to add to their trophy cabinet.
Right.
And the Bills desperate to finally break through and claim their place among the NFL elite.
Yeah.
Talk about a story.
Exactly. And that narrative, that clash of narratives is what makes this rivalry so captivating. It's not just about two good teams going head to head. It's about legacy, about overcoming historical demons.
Right.
About proving yourself on the biggest stage.
Okay. So we've got these powerhouse teams with compelling backstories, but let's talk about the players themselves.
Yeah.
You can't discuss this rivalry without mentioning the quarterbacks, right?
Oh, of course not.
We see Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen popping up everywhere. Are fans just looking for their stats, or is there something more to it?
I think it goes beyond basic stats here. You see searches for Mahomes highlights, Josh Allen best plays, even Mahomes versus Allen, who is better.
Oh, wow.
It's like fans are looking for ammunition to fuel their arguments,
Yeah.
to prove their quarterback reigns supreme.
So it's not just about admiring their talent. It's about using their achievements as a weapon in this ongoing fandom war.
Exactly.
It's getting personal.
Yeah.
And speaking of players, a few other names come up repeatedly. Travis Kelce, Stephon Diggs, Chris Jones. What's the story there?
Well, I think these are the supporting cast, the players who often make the difference in those tight games. And the searches reveal, I think, a deeper level of fan engagement. We're not just talking about casual viewers here. These are people who know the rosters inside and out.
They're invested in the entire team, not just the star quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They're digging into stats, watching highlights, and probably spending way too much time on fantasy football.
Speaking of fantasy football, I bet we could uncover some interesting trends there if we had access to that data.
Right.
But even without it, it's clear that these fans are hungry for information, constantly seeking to gain an edge,
Yeah.
even if it's just bragging rights at the water cooler.
And it's not just about the players themselves. You've got searches for Andy Reid, Sean McDermott, even specific coordinators like Eric Bieniemy and Leslie Frazier.
Right.
That's some serious football nerd territory.
Absolutely. This suggests fans are going beyond the surface, analyzing coaching philosophies and trying to predict how those strategies will play out on the field. It's like they're playing armchair coach, dissecting every decision, second-guessing every play call.
And with coaches like Andy Reid, who's known for his offensive creativity, and John McDermott, who's built a defensive powerhouse in Buffalo, it's no wonder fans are fascinated by this strategic battle.
Yeah.
This rivalry really does offer something for everyone, from the casual observer to the diehard analyst.
For sure. And that's just, the tip of the iceberg here. The really interesting part, I think, is how this translates to the viewing experience itself. And we've got a treasure trove of data about just that.
Okay, well, let's get into that then.
All right. Yeah, so, it's amazing how this data paints such a vivid picture of the fan experience.
It really does.
We've got searches for everything from where to watch Bills versus Chiefs to very specific streaming platforms like Paramount Plus and go.foxsports.com.
Wow.
I mean, these fans are going the extra mile to catch every single snap.
Yeah, it's like they're creating their own pregame rituals. Scouting out the best viewing options, making sure their setup is perfect. And it doesn't stop there. We see tons of searches for score, live updates, even what time is the Bills-Chiefs game.
Right.
They're obsessed with staying connected in real time.
It's a FOMO effect,
Oh, yeah.
in full force. Nobody wants to be out of the loop.
Right.
Especially when it comes to a rivalry this intense. They need those instant updates. The ability to share reactions and engage in some friendly or not so friendly banter with other fans.
And, it makes me wonder, is this level of real-time engagement enhancing the viewing experience?
Yeah.
Or could it be adding to the pressure?
Oh, that's interesting.
The anxiety of watching these games?
That's a really good question. I think on one hand, it creates a sense of community,
Okay.
a shared experience that amplifies the highs and lows.
Right.
But on the other hand, it can be overwhelming.
Sure.
Imagine constantly checking your phone, seeing reactions from hundreds of people, feeling that pressure to keep up, to have the wittiest comment, the most insightful observation.
Right.
It can be exhausting.
It's almost like social media has become an extension of the game itself.
Yeah.
A second screen, both exhilarating and potentially draining.
For sure.
And speaking of highs and lows, let's talk about the emotional roller coaster that is the AFC Championship game.
Oh.
You provided a ton of searches related to AFC Championship, both past and present. What's going on there?
Well, this is where that historical context we talked about earlier really comes into play.
Yeah.
The Bills and Chiefs have faced off in the AFC Championship game a few times in recent years.
Right.
And those games have been absolute nail-biters.
Oh, yeah.
Filled with dramatic twists and turns.
And I bet Bills fans especially are haunted by those recent AFC Championship losses to the Chiefs.
Yeah, probably.
Those were games that could have rewritten their history, ended the Super Bowl drought. Is that why they're searching for past scores, rewatching highlights, trying to dissect what went wrong?
It's possible. We see searches for Bills AFC Championship losses and Chiefs comeback wins.
Wow.
Which suggests a sense of what if
right,
a longing for a different outcome.
It's like they're searching for closure, for answers that might help them avoid repeating those mistakes in the future.
Yeah.
And for Chiefs fans, are they reliving those glorious victories, basking in the glory of those hard-fought wins?
I think there's definitely a sense of pride there. We see searches for Mahomes' AFC Championship performance and Chiefs' road to the Super Bowl. Indicating a desire to celebrate those key moments that propelled them to the biggest stage.
So we've got the Bills carrying the weight of past disappointments and the Chiefs riding a wave of recent success.
Yeah.
Each team brings its own baggage, its own emotional narrative to these high-stakes AFC Championship clashes.
Right.
And that's what makes this rivalry so much more than just a game.
Exactly. It's a psychological battle as much as a physical one.
That's right.
And as we delve deeper into this data, we see hints of how these psychological dynamics play out in the minds of fans.
Okay, well, let's get into that.
Right.
You mentioned earlier, this data reveals how deeply ingrained this rivalry is.
Yeah.
And it goes way beyond the current players.
Oh, for sure.
Some of these searches really surprised me. There's a ton of stuff about Bills' Super Bowl wins, which... okay, makes sense,
right,
even though they haven't actually won one. But then also searches for Kansas City Super Bowl wins. It's like these fans are living this rivalry vicariously through their team's entire histories.
Yeah, it's fascinating how those searches go beyond just looking up scores and dates.
Yeah.
We see queries like Bills Super Bowl drought and Chiefs Super Bowl appearances, which suggests a much deeper level of engagement with their team's history, especially in the context of this rivalry.
And it's not just about the Super Bowl. There are searches for Lamar Hunt Trophy and even Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, wow.
A coach who's had a hand in both franchises.
Right.
Are fans digging for any connection, any historical nugget that might give their team an edge in the mental game?
It's almost like they're building a case,
Yes.
trying to prove their team has the stronger legacy, the deeper roots. We even see searches for Bills Mafia and Chiefs Kingdom.
Wow.
Which speaks to the tribalism of these fan bases.
So this rivalry isn't just about what happens on the field. It's about claiming bragging rights for your entire fandom, past, present, and future. It's like they're carrying the torch for generations of fans who came before them.
And that adds a whole other layer of meaning, I think, to every game. It's not just about winning for yourself.
Right.
It's about honoring the past, living up to the expectations of those who bled the team colors before you.
When you put it that way, it's almost poetic.
Yeah.
These teams are carrying the weight of history on their shoulders every game, a chance to write a new chapter in this epic saga.
And as these teams continue to battle it out on the field, their fans will be right there with them.
Yeah.
Searching for every bit of information, every historical detail that might fuel their passion, their loyalty, their unwavering belief in their team.
This deep dive has given me a whole new appreciation for this rivalry.
Yeah, me too.
It's more than just a game.
Yeah.
It's a story that unfolds over seasons, years, even decades.
For sure.
And we're lucky enough to witness it in real time.
So the next time you see the Bills and Chiefs face off, remember this. You're not just watching a football game. You're experiencing a rivalry for the ages, a clash of legacies, a testament to the enduring power of sports to captivate and unite.
It's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for guiding us through this mountain of data.
Of course.
It's been an incredible journey.
My pleasure.
And to you, dear listener, keep searching, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep that passion for your team alive. Until next time, happy diving.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.